from New Hanover County Schools Television, powered by students. This is your school news.
Welcome to Your School News for the week of January 25th through the 31st, 2016. I'm Lauren Ricks.
And I'm Gabrielle Allen de Trois-Maisons. Topping our newscast this week, school system holds county science fair, application deadline for Board of Education student scholarships approaches, Rotary Club of Wilmington raises money for the Williston Band.
New Hanover County Schools held its annual science fair last week in the gymnasium of Murray Middle School. Students in grades 3 through 12 entered their projects in categories such as biological science, earth science, physical science, as well as technology and engineering. YSN reporter Johan Yellow has all the details.
A science fair project on the effects of music on your heart rate and another study on the positive effects of biodiesel fuels on the ocean were just some of the projects featured at this year's New Hanover County Science Fair.
My favorite part was probably just actually learning about the experiment and like how it worked and why a ball would bounce back up if you dropped it on the ground.
Well, what I did was I made lemonade using sugar and artificial sweeteners, and then I went to the YWCA and I tested different people to see which type of lemonade they liked best.
Over 180 county students towed data tables and display boards to Murray Middle School to be interviewed by judges on their projects in life and physical sciences, in energy, engineering, and environment. Local agencies involved in this year's fair included the North Carolina Aquarium at Fort Fisher, Cape Fear Museum, and Airlie Gardens, just to name a few.
The Science Fair is one of my favorite events all year long. I really enjoy talking to students about their projects, looking for scientific inquiry, seeing what questions they've asked and how they've tested those questions to find their answers.
I just love talking to the kids because you can tell that they've put a lot of creativity and thought and work into their projects, and you can really tell the kids who are passionate about what they've done. And my favorite part is just talking to them and figuring out, how did you come up with this idea and how did you go about implementing it and your process and getting you to from your hypothesis to your conclusion, and just really seeing, I kind of see the sparkle in their eyes and just their excitement about their projects and how excited they are to tell you about it. And that makes me feel like they're really getting behind the science and wanting to pursue potentially careers in that field as they get older.
Each year, the Science Fair brings together students, teachers, and local scientists from around the county. Together, they develop students' awareness of the importance of science in their lives, and they cultivate students' interest in science. Participants in the fair also acquire scientific knowledge and learn important research skills while working on projects meaningful to them.
Well, I enjoy science fair in general because it's very open on what you can do. Like, you can just choose whatever topic, and however you can relate it to science, you can do it. And since I love music so much, it was really great being able to have a sound-related project.
Well, in the past, I've done projects that were very simple: how to stop the rotting of an apple, testing the buoyancy of an egg in different waters of different densities, and that didn't really make a change. It was fun, but it didn't really make a change, and I wanted to do something that would make a change in the world because I really care about the environment.
Students at this year's County Science Fair impressed the judges with their critical thinking and good communication skills. Elementary to high school students at the Science Fair demonstrated that they were both competent and confident. Reporting for Your School News, this is Johan Yellow.
In other school news, the Rotary Club of Wilmington sponsored a dessert auction to raise money for the Williston Band to visit Washington, D.C. Gwen Fitzpatrick, director of the band program, was presented with a $4,000 check during the Rotary Student of the Month celebration at the school. The students plan to travel to Washington in May and will perform at the MLK Memorial and have a clinic with a retired Air Force band director who is now the director of bands at George Mason University. Also, as part of their trip, students plan to visit the burial site of John Philip Sosa.
Although Valentine's Day is still quite a few weeks away, what is quite possibly the perfect gift was created using a unique partnership at Hoggard High School. 2 students working collaboratively on a cross-curricular project created some amazing chocolate eatables. Brandon Mobley, a drafting engineering 2 student, designed and created a silicone mold using a 3D printer. After his initial experiments creating the molds, he refined the design and worked to make them food safe. His first refinement was the creation of a removable back that allowed the chocolate to be more easily separated from the mold. Then his partner, Jose Gomez, from the Foods 2 classroom, melted chocolate to pour into the molds. Students from both courses paired up on the project to make chocolate creations ranging from Batman symbols and other superheroes to stars and unique shapes.
NHCS-TV is live streaming varsity girls and boys high school basketball games in January and February. You can watch games on your computer, tablet, or mobile device. In addition, the games will be televised on the Learning Network, Time Warner Cable Channel 5, and Charter Cable Channel 191, starting Saturday, January 23rd and running through February. Games air on Saturday starting at 7 p.m. To watch the streaming of all these matches, just go to www.nhcs.net and look for the blue NHCS-TV logo icon on the school system's website main page, then click on Streaming Schedule.
The Murray and Ashley Friends of Rachel's Club joined together last week to create signs reflecting acceptance and diversity in honor of Martin Luther King Day. Students and teachers lined up along Hollyburton Park and the entrances to the schools, holding signs for all to see, spreading wonderful words of kindness. Friends of Rachel began this year when students were introduced to the story of Rachel Joyce Scott, the first person killed in the Columbine High School shooting in 1999. The transformational effect of Rachel's story started the nonprofit organization Rachel's Challenge. Today, Rachel's Challenge works to create a national effort to start a chain reaction of kindness and compassion.
We're in a 4 club for Rachel's Challenge. Rachel was one of the Columbine victims, and we are spreading what she would want it to do. We are spreading kindness for our hope of a chain reaction.
Making schools safer, more connected places where bullying and violence are replaced with kindness and respect, and where learning and teaching are awakened to their fullest is the mission of Friends of Rachel at both Murray Middle and Ashley High. Events like this one get the message out to students, parents, and passerbys to inspire them to use their words in a positive way and understand that words have the power to hurt and the power to heal. That the way to make our world better is by joining in and starting a chain reaction of kindness and compassion.
The application deadline for the New Hanover County Board of Education Student Scholarships for Future Teachers is noon on Friday, February 5th. A special message from Katie Snyder, the 2016 Southeast Regional Teacher of the Year. Katie Snyder was produced to encourage everyone to submit an application.
A world history and psychology teacher at Hoggard High School and the 2016 Southeast Regional Teacher of the Year. I've been a teacher for 8 years, and I'm so excited and humbled to have been named the Regional Teacher of the Year. I chose to become a teacher because I had an amazing world history teacher when I was in 9th grade, and I wanted to make sure that history is as exciting as she did. I'm passionate about teaching because it truly is the most rewarding profession. Knowing that I'm a positive role model for my students and that I'm helping to make their future better is why I still love teaching every day. I particularly enjoy teaching in New Hanover County because we have such a supportive school system. New Hanover County has an outstanding support program in place to ensure that new teachers are ready for the classroom, and we really take care of each other. If you are a senior considering pursuing a career in education, I want to encourage you to apply for a great scholarship, the New Hanover County Board of Education Student Scholarship for Future Teachers. The scholarship grants you $28,000 towards your education at a North Carolina university. Wow. And the Board of Education will be awarding 4 of these $28,000 scholarships soon. The deadline is February 5th at noon, so go visit the New Hanover County Schools website and click on the Board of Education Student Scholarship icon in the top right-hand corner of the page to learn more and apply.
The New Hanover County Board of Education announced the new Board of Education Student Scholarships for Future Teachers in December 2015 based on Board Policy 1660. The board believes that the future of quality education in New Hanover County lies in the hands of the prospective teachers among our students.
Now, when your school news continues, we have an exciting lunch menu forecast.
Plus, coming up in 60 seconds, we'll have reports on All County Elementary School Choral Festival concert, AIG class at Williams Elementary used Brainfocals, and the thrilling county-wide math challenge, Math Counts, is scheduled. This is your school news on cable and online. Look for our blue logo for all the latest news online at www.nhcs.net. Please friend NHCS-TV on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Don't go away, we'll be right back.
Free throws, slam dunks, and fast breaks. High school basketball season is in full swing. I'm Joe Catanacci. Join me each week for the basketball edition of Sports Roundtable. We feature the area's most in-depth look at all the county's girls and boys varsity basketball action. Each week, you get a first-hand account on the defensive and offensive strategies from the New Hanover County Schools head basketball coaches. The Sports Roundtable, Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. right here on the Learning Network. Sports Roundtable is made possible with the support of Papa John's Pizza, the Wilmington International Airport, Subway, and PortCityDaily.com.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Hey, this job looks perfect. It says you need people skills? Check. Driver's license? Check. And a high school diploma. You got one of those, right?
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
I got that. You are good to go.
Take that first step towards a better future. Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
I really don't know where I would be without music.
The reason you have the Commodores today is because we started in music in school.
We have been really influenced, I know, including Justin, by music in our schools.
It just makes you feel good.
It's good for the soul.
It brings something out in you that nothing else does.
No kid left behind, no music left behind.
Welcome back to your school news. On Saturday, February 13th at 2:30 p.m., the New Hanover County Schools All-County Elementary School Choral Festival concert will be presented. The concert will be held at the Minnie Evans Arts Center on Halliburton Memorial Parkway. Approximately 150 talented young singers from New Hanover County Elementary Schools will perform. The Elementary All-County Chorus will be conducted by Amy Brock Davis. Amy Brock Davis is the Associate Conductor for the Girls Choral of the Capital City Girls Choir at Meredith College and the Co-Director of Choral Activities at Durham School of the Arts. The public is cordially invited to attend this afternoon of choral music. There will be no admission fee.
Holly Tree Elementary is announcing its 7th annual Holly Tree Cardinal Strut for the community on Saturday, March 5th, starting at 8:30 a.m. at Holly Tree Elementary School. This year's Cardinal Strut returns with the same great 5K, 10K, fun run, and 5K walk events. Holly Tree is also excited to announce that we will be bringing back the Cardinal Dash, a competitive 1-mile race. Who will be the fastest man, woman, and child in Wilmington? The post-race party will feature breakfast for all participants, music, great awards, and more. The deadline to register and guarantee a race t-shirt is February 2nd. All registration should be completed online this year at www.cardinalstrut.com.
Students from Mrs. Kenworthy's AIG class at Williams Elementary use Brainfocals to help them solve equations. Through their AIG Nurture lessons, students learn to think divergently or like an inventor. The class uses primary education thinking skills, a systematized enrichment and diagnostic thinking skills program. Lessons are presented in convergent analysis, divergent synthesis, visual and spatial thinking, and evaluation. Through the program, students were introduced to Isabel the inventor. They discussed what inventors do and learned to use Brainfocals to see ordinary things in new and extraordinary ways. Students wear their Brainfocals to remind them to think creatively and practice out-of-the-box thinking.
Laney High inducted new members into its Athletics Hall of Fame last week. The ceremony honored 7 men and women for their role in the school's sports history, including Fred Allen for football and basketball, Carl Bateman for his community support, Arnold Brown for football, Marquez Dickerson for basketball, Roxanne Mills for softball, Alan Sewell for his time as a Laney wrestling coach, and Shaquita Wallace for basketball. The induction ceremony was held last week before the boys' basketball game against crosstown rival Hoggard.
Finally, New Hanover County Middle School students will compete in the county-level Math Counts competition this Friday, January 29th from 9:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the New Hanover County Board of Education Center.
Our middle school Math Counts teams have worked hard over the past few months to assemble their teams and hold regular practices. The competition consists of 2 individual and 1 team round, so the students must learn to work together and develop strategies to tackle the problems within the time constraints of the competition. The contest ends with an exciting countdown round where the top individuals compete head-to-head in fast-paced problem solving while racing against the clock.
The contest consists of 2 individual rounds and 1 team round, with prizes awarded to a winner from each school, as well as an overall team champion. Top scorers then go head-to-head in a fast-paced countdown round to practice speed and mental math abilities. This county-level contest serves as a practice for the regional contest to be held in February. We'll feature a complete report on the event next week here on Your School News.
Now, don't go away. Coming up, County PTA announces Area Reflections Winners.
Plus, we have a look at education across the nation in Education Index and what's on tap for lunch with the Lunch Bill of Fare.
Your School News will continue after the break.
As an American, it's hard to hear that we have a serious hunger issue in our country. And as a parent, it's even harder to hear that 1 in 5 of our kids struggles with hunger, especially when billions of pounds of good food are wasted every year. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide billions of meals to families in need right in your community. Visit feedingamerica.org to support Feeding America in your local food bank. Together we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
Hey, Hard, what's this?
That's my resignation letter.
You're resigning.
Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you read stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit.
I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me.
Okay, but remember, it's not what you say, it's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Welcome back to Your School News. It's time for our Education Index, a look around the nation and the world at some of the top stories in education. Topping the index, school meals could become a bit tastier under legislation approved by a Senate committee. The Senate Agriculture Committee approved a bill last week designed to help schools that say the Obama administration's healthier school meal rules are too restrictive. Senate Agriculture Chairman Pat Roberts of Kansas and Senator Debbie Stabenow of Michigan introduced the bill after reaching an agreement to ease requirements for whole grains and delay an upcoming deadline to cut sodium levels. Stabenow is the panel's top Democrat. School lunch directors that have lobbied against the standards endorsed the agreement, saying it would help them plan meals that are more appealing to students. Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack has also backed the compromise, saying it maintains most of the healthier school meal rules. The bill was approved by voice vote. Quick, how many amendments does the U.S. Constitution have? What is the economic system in the United States? What is the name of the Speaker of the House of Representatives? Whether it's informal studies or man-on-the-street interviews by late-night television hosts, large numbers of Americans can't answer basic questions about their government and how it operates. State Senator Bob Christ of Omaha, a military veteran, wants to change that situation in Nebraska. He introduced a bill in that state that would require Nebraska students to pass an American Civics test before they could graduate from high school. Students would have to correctly answer at least 70% of the questions before they could graduate. The proposal is part of a national civics education initiative. The initiative's goal is to get similar legislation passed in all 50 states by the 230th anniversary of the signing of the Constitution in 2017. 9 states have passed the legislation so far: Arizona, Utah, Idaho, North Dakota, South Dakota, Tennessee, South Carolina, Louisiana, and Wisconsin. Finally, Project EVO, the brainchild of Achilli Interactive Labs, is a revolutionary video game that hopes to change how attention deficit hyperactivity disorder is treated in children. The company saw an opening in the marketplace for a remedy that didn't include chemicals, one that could combine legitimate science with a level of technology sophisticated enough to captivate a very demanding consumer: kids. On the outside, Project EVO may seem like just another driving video game. On any given level, you may have to collect or avoid certain prizes or obstacles. It's technicolor and noisy. There are chimes when you collect the correct targets and whooshing sounds as you swerve back and forth on an obstacle course. Much like other racing games popular with kids, there are different worlds. One moment you may be in a jungle, another you may be in space or under the sea. But beneath this bright, noisy video game is a highly refined, research-backed formula to specifically target the needs of ADHD kids ages 8 to 12. And that's this week's Education Index, a quick look at some of the interesting education stories from around the nation and world. Now, don't go away. We'll be right back with the lunch below fair. This is your school news on cable and online. Look for our blue logo for all the latest news online at www.nhcs.net. Also check out NHCS-TV on Facebook and Twitter.
You definitely have to have nerves of steel.
I would not trade this for anything.
You wake up and you don't want to do it, but once you're into it, it's hard to stop.
Welcome back to your school news. It's time now for this week's Lunch Bill of Fare. Gone are the days of mystery meat and the crabby hairnet-wearing lunch lady. Across the county, school lunchrooms have gotten a facelift and a menu makeover. This week, Louis Behar, our guest lunch menu specialist, joins us now with the week's school lunch menu so parents, students, teachers, and everyone working with the New Hanover County school system can plan their lunchtime options.
Thanks, and welcome to this week's edition of the Lunch Bill of Fare. We got an exciting menu this week with dishes influenced by a number of classic global recipes. Let's take a look at this week's selections. On Tuesday, January 26th, start the week off with chicken and waffles or Salisbury steak with a biscuit. On the side, red-skinned mashed potatoes with gravy, California vegetables, and fresh fruit. On Wednesday, January 27th, enjoy delicious chicken and cheese soup or crackers and roll. For your sides, choose from glazed carrots, a garden salad, or spiced apples. On Thursday, January 28th, cafeterias will be serving cheesy beefaroni with a breadstick or chicken fajita with Spanish rice. On the side, Great Northern beans, veggie sticks, and fresh fruit. On Friday, January 29th, have the wonderful popcorn chicken with a roll or a meatball hoagie as your main entree. Then on your side, enjoy macaroni and cheese, broccoli with cheese, a garden salad, and diced peaches. For the weekend, I got my healthy tip. Drink with dinner, not before. A pre-dinner drink lowers your resistance, making you much more likely to indulge on something you didn't really want. After the weekend, gather in the cafeteria for chicken Parmesan cheese sandwich or beef taco with Spanish rice. On the side, barbecue pinto beans, a garden salad, and a frozen fruit cup. All the menus this year include more fresh produce, whole grains, and lower calorie snacks. Plus, our school's cafeterias have done away with the frying and cut back on fats, sodium, and sugars. Now taking a look once again at your lunch entrees for the week. We've got some great selections for the week, with some really great sides to choose from throughout the week. Now on Wednesday, don't miss out on the chicken and cheese soup, and on Monday, a chicken parmesan. That's what's on slate for lunch at your school's cafeteria, so don't miss any of these nutritious, delicious, and healthy meals. From the newsroom, this is Louis Behar, back to you.
Thanks, Louis. Don't forget, you can also catch the Lunch Bill of Fare during the morning show here on the Learning Network and get lots of healthful nutrition information online at www.nhcs.net/nutrition. Now don't go away. Coming up, the County PTA announces Area Reflections Winners.
When Charles Bennett graduated from high school,
He dreamed of returning to his old neighborhood as a teacher. But without the money for college, only half his dream came true. He's back in the old neighborhood. Please support the United Negro College Fund, because a mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Free throws, slam dunks, and fast breaks. High school basketball season is in full swing. I'm Joe Catanacci. Join me each week for the basketball edition of Sports Roundtable. We feature the area's most in-depth look at all the county's girls and boys varsity basketball action. Each week, you get a first-hand account on the defensive and offensive strategies from the New Hanover County Schools head basketball coaches. The Sports Roundtable, Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. right here on the Learning Network. Sports Roundtable is made possible with the support of Papa John's Pizza, the Wilmington International Airport, Subway, and PortCityDaily.com.
Welcome back to Your School News. The New Hanover County Council of Parent-Teacher Associations announced the 2015-2016 Reflections Winners.
Taking honors first place in literature were Emery Bem from Parsley, Keener Whitmer from Bradley Creek, Madison Spratley from Myrtle Grove, and Mina Yakubu from New Hanover.
First in the Reflections Photography category were Everett Henry from Ogden, Ben Arney from Blair, Bob Mattox from Noble, and Haley France from Ashley.
Visual Arts first place honors went to Evan Scoble from Ogden, Lila Furman from Bradley Creek, Amelia Larson from Myrtle Grove, and Bridget Donovan from Ashley.
Reflections first place winners in music were Marley Bell from Parsley, Reba Smith from Trask, and Zachary Bonds from Wilmington Early College.
Honors in the film category were awarded to Finn Connolly from Parsley, Rhodes Gonald from Bradley Creek, and Cameron Sinclair from Murray.
Finally, in this year's dance category, first place honors went to June Jugenheimer from Bradley Creek, Catherine Player from Wrightsville Beach, Emma Hutchinson from Myrtle Grove, and Chow En Hung from Ashley.
The winning students will attend a celebration gala this Friday at the Cameron Art Museum.
Well, that does it for this edition of Your School News. Recapping some of our main stories. School system held County Science Fair. Application deadline for Board of Education student scholarships for future teachers is February 5th, and the Rotary Club of Wilmington raised money for the Williston Band.
Remember, Your School News is on cable and online. And don't forget to start your morning with our light and lively morning show, weekdays at 6 a.m. I'm Lauren Ricks.
And I'm Gabrielle Allen de Trois-Maisons. On behalf of the entire YSN crew, thanks for watching New Hanover County Schools TV on the Learning Network.
Have a great day.